left are not getting any more. As a matter of fact, might be getting less. And hopefully no one will be too stupid to figure that out.
So I would like to complete my statement because it's so important.
Fair enough, Joey.
And this is where the breakdown of communication happens. And I'm trying to make it easy because obviously I'm not communicating. If I make $1 a year and you make $5 a year, you would say, hey, we have a 5x inequality between us. That's bad. And then 10 years from now, I'm making $2 and you're making $20. The inequality between us is now 10x instead of 5x. You're saying, Joe, that's bad. Inequality is worse. But I say, hey, I used to make $1 and now I make $2. I'm better off than I was 30 years ago. So maybe I don't care about the inequality because I'm richer. And that's what this statistic is showing. From inflation-adjusted terms, the lower class is richer than the lower class of the past. Just like the lower class of 50 years ago was richer than the lower class 200 years ago that were starving to death.
You understand how disingenuous and fucked up what this man is saying is? No offense, but you're basically saying, hey, when there were kings and queens in the 1700s, I was throwing the same scraps to the people that I fed my dogs. And hey, in 2020, I had to pay them some real money. And so that's better. And you're Joey, come on. How dumb. And Joey, I do want to say this. I enjoy talking to you, but it's grating. It's grating. Because here's the point. I'm not sure who you're arguing for. That's my question. Is I do think you make up, mid six figures like I used to. I believe that. And so for some reason you think you're carrying water for billionaires and I don't know. It's very strange, but you're not mathematically. You're closer to poor than you are to rich. You must Felice, know that mathematically. And you're sitting here being like, hey, bunch of people we throw them the same shit we fed dogs, and now we're actually giving people something even though it's not enough to live on. I was reading a statistical analysis of wages versus inflation. We would be the minimum federal or national minimum wage should be, I think, 26.35. That's what we should be paying. If everything bear it out and we're pacing people according to inflation and growing wealth in America, the minimum wage would be $26.35. And
argue $7.25.
Yes. And you're sitting here, Joey, gaslighting people who are not dumb. That's the thing. This is not the chat you think it is. It's nothing you're saying makes any sense. Hey, we could give you a lot less. Yeah, weirdo. No, I'm saying the average federal minimum wage, if it paced growth in America and inflation, it would be 26 something. Which, should it be more? I agree it should, but no, that's mathematical. It should be $26. I mean, we're talking about from 7. It's still not even that's not livable, but I'm just saying mathematically.
Well, and Felice, my worldview is quite simple. As long as the bottom of our society are doing materially better than their ancestors were, and that they make more money than their parents did, and they're making more money than their parents did, that's the trend. And
you
for
have
me,
to understand. So you're talking about feelings.
No, it runs deeper than that. It runs deeper on the idea of what is society supposed to do. And in my view, we're supposed to advance. We're supposed to be more productive. We're supposed to be more innovative, more technological, more efficient. And so when you say, Joe, why do you defend low taxes? Why do you defend, the quote-unquote billionaires? I defend them because at the end of the day, I want to grow the economy. I want to grow the pie instead of worrying about, do I get 10% or 20%? I'd rather have 10% of a big pie than 50% of a small pie.
That's not what's happening either, friend. Big no. If millennials and God help poor Gen Z are not doing better financially on the scale that their parents were or that their grandparents were, Gen Z can't buy no houses. Millennials can barely buy houses.
Yeah, yeah. Just to be clear, mathematically, Joey, what you just expressed is the opposite of what is happening in society. The average homeowner, when I think millennials were children, was 22. The average age of someone who bought a house, it is now 42. Like, you're expressing this desire for people to have something, and the exact opposite has happened. I mean, and I just want to, okay, so
Put me on the big screen.
wait, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. What? Okay, sorry. Just still realizing how to use this shit.
Unfortunately, because of the cropping, you can't quite see everything because it's on a cell phone.
That's what they always say. What is this?
But this is the home ownership rate of the United States.
Yeah, which levels up. You're making my argument. Yeah, that's my argument, Joey. And we're talking about the average. Yeah, okay. I don't dispute that whatsoever. That is, the last number we could see is 1980, which I'm assuming it's 2000, which you see a giant leveling off and no one able to buy homes. Yeah, I 100% thank you. That's making my point.
Yeah,
I want to let me just read some things because I found my wealth distribution analysis. So since 1980, right? Don't worry, it's all going to trickle down. Top 1% versus bottom 50%. Okay, that's it. We're just comparing the bottom half of this country to the top 1%. In 1989, the top 1% of U.S. households held 23% of total wealth. I talk about this all the time because it makes me ill. So again, 1989, top 1% held 23% of wealth. By 2022, the share rose to 27. Meanwhile, the bottom 50% consistently held only 6% of wealth over the same period. So let's see, Joey, can you do math? From 1989 to 2022, right? That's a long ass way. The top 1% had gained 24% of overall wealth in this country, whilst the bottom 50%, that's all of us here, have the same 6% of all the wealth. Globally, the top 1% owned 45.8% of total wealth in 2020, up from 41% in 2013, while the bottom 50% owned, which is, the bottom 50 owns much less globally, 1.3.
Yeah.
Right?
So one thing that I'm going to push on you is wealth. The bottom 50%, no matter the time zone, doesn't really save money. So you should focus on income, not wealth.
Because they have
You want to talk about wages and income? None of that has improved. Like, that's, Joey, that's not correct either. Wages have not grown with inflation. You're wrong.
I just gave you a very
what we thought
clear
was 1980, trickle down economics. The whole point was, hey, if they don't pay taxes, this will result in higher wages, pensions, health insurance, right? None of that. It turns out what it has resulted in is stock buybacks, period.
So
lower prices? If we don't tax corporations, they'll give everyone cheaper prices. Don't worry about it. I just read one of the scariest statistical analyses and pricing matrices I've ever seen. None of it is resulting in our lives being cheaper, Joey. You're talking about wages, which have not gotten higher on average. And now you're saying, hey, don't worry, you pay state taxes, you pay federal taxes. Every time you have to buy something, you're paying taxes on top of that. There's no way this results in wealth for the middle class.
So are you able to share your screen? Like if I ask you to go to a website?
Well, yeah, what? I mean, it depends. I'm not, Joey, God, what website? What are you talking about? What is it?
Just Federal Reserve economic data, Fred, real median household income. We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we definitely have. It's not, yeah, which is not the point. Like now, we talked prior to tariffs, right?
It's updated
I'm
quarterly.
even less concerned with income because I'm more now concerned. Well, I'm just saying this. I'd more sooner pull up a study of that averages in average income by percentile, which I can pull up, and then also is averaging in the cost of the big beautiful bill, the cost of tariffs, like all of that. Like I'm just saying, I think you're trying to show something that has become largely inaccurate. Like there are there are studies that have been done by, and I'm saying right-wing think tanks. I'm not saying this is not like a left-wing thing that factors in what your, average wage, cost of state taxes, federal taxes, and then tariffs on top. That's my concern.
You want to know one of the things that really hurts me with a lot of these wage
Hurts your
statistics?
soul.
They don't look at after tax. So when people talk about, hey, let's let income tax cuts expire, and then they can say, well, technically wages haven't dropped. They just have less money after tax. And that's okay. Like, that's how a lot of these analyses work. And it hides the fact that income tax cuts benefit people.
Dear Jesus Christ.
Joseph, like,
you're trying to factor in median wages, right? Is that, first of all, you want us to talk about the average wage in the United States, factoring in the 1%,
inflation,
right? Yeah.
No, just
yes, you
the
do.
first point
You want us to factor in people making a shitload of money that fucks up the curve.
It's median. It's median. It's not average. Median. Yeah, that's why, like, I always say median, not average. Average is even better, but the median is more honest.
Yeah, the average is not better.
No, I'm saying it looks better.
Yeah.
Now, if I was disingenuous, I would quote the average, but I'm quoting the median.
Here, hold on. Ugh, that's wrong. What is the last year do we have 2024 data?
Some of the stuff we don't yet. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I was going to say I should have put 2023. I pay this really great large language model, like $50 a month to do very smart things. So let me just see what it says.
I'm a Grok premium user also.
No, gross. Ew. No, ew, Joey. That was ew. So
all I have to say,
less attracted to medium annual wage of individuals. The median annual wage, and again, this is a large language model, so we don't know. But the median annual wage for all U.S. workers in 2024 is $48,060. That's almost unlivable. Like, poverty is like 34.
I mean, that's
highest
why people
medium wage by state. Highest medium wage by state. Well, this is shocking. Massachusetts' lowest medium wage by state is Mississippi, which is $37,500. So just to be clear, the median annual wage for all U.S. workers in 2024 is $10,000 a year above poverty in Mississippi. Regional trends show that the Northeast and Western states, no surprise there, generally have higher medium wages. Median household income. The median household income in 2024 is $80,610, meaning because there could be multiple incomes, right? Or multiple wages.
Exactly.
No, that's not better. $80,000 in a dual household income raising a child. is poverty, Joey. Are you crazy?
Poverty for
Joey, I
a
know you don't have kids.
three-family
I don't
household.
either, but like at least I was a teacher and I know how much it takes to raise a child. The median household income, that means when you combine incomes, is $80,610. That means two people making nothing combined together to raise a child with nothing. Like what could ever, I wonder why people are not white, non-Hispanic oh, here we go. White non-Hispanic households, 5.7% increase. Black and Hispanic households lag behind. Oh my God, we don't even meet the average at 56,490 and 65,540. That's dual income. Gender pay gap widened. 66,790 for men versus women's 55,240. Gross. Yeah,
So,
that's
Felice,
you're proving
one
my
thing,
points, which is none of us have anything in.
but you agree with me. The original point why I brought all this up is you said wages are stagnating, and you saw wages are up. And the
No,
second thing,
I don't. I disagree that wages are up. What are you talking about? Hold on.
okay, if that's why I would say real median household income, which is inflation adjusted, and it uses the median
That's what I
household.
just looked. That's what I was just reading. These are not livable numbers.
But that's what I'm trying to communicate with you. They're better than they were in the past.
No, they're okay, Joey. I don't know what you're saying. You're like, hey, people had scraps in the past and they have fewer scraps now. I agree with that. We
Well, they have
just
more scraps.
borrowed $3.3 trillion. You've asked every poor person in this country, which is everyone but the rich, to carry loans, to carry auto loans, to carry home loans. All of those have just increased. Right? Like you sound crazy. There's no world in which any of this is better for the middle class. And you're just like, hey, there's got to be some way I can find like a year of time when this looked good, like right straight out of the pandemic. It doesn't look good. None of it looks good. You know when it looked great? When right before Trump was elected, when the Fed said, we're going to raise interest rates 3 times in the next fiscal year. And they did once. And Trump shat on all of it. All of the pandemic recovery, all of Americans' hard work, all of everything we did to stabilize our economy. And then Trump started manipulating the markets to make the rich richer. Do you deny that?
To protect the American manufacturer and the American exporter.
Do you want to talk about those numbers and how you're wrong? Because you have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm happy to talk about how
yeah, let's talk about it. Because Joey, honestly, I don't know if I used to be dumb or I used to work with Jay, so I used to let him talk about the economy because I didn't want to emasculate him. Joey, you have zero idea what you're talking about. In Trump's first term, when he was, quote unquote, bringing manufacturing back, he brought 1,000 manufacturing jobs back to Pennsylvania, and he lost, and you can look this up, 75,000 manufacturing jobs. He lost 75x more manufacturing jobs just through the targeted tariffs on steel.
So
the reason our jobs reports... No, that's not a claim. That's a fact. If you want to dispute it. Trump lost 75,000 manufacturing jobs in his first term as president, period.
But Felice, you understand that's using the number of the peak of unemployment when I was at 20% because of the pandemic.
No.
Right?
No, that's not why.
So if you use manufacturing jobs...
Hey, that's not why. That's not why. Period.
That's
you can
how
look
you're
into
able to
it.
see
Trump
the
lost
stat.
75,000 manufacturing jobs. It's not about It's not. Look at a graph. Look when
No,
Trump
but when
left
he
office.
left, it was the
It's
peak of
not
the
about the
pandemic.
pandemic. It's really not. But if you don't believe that, you can find that out for yourself. I've had this debate. You're incorrect. But anyways,
So
what
but
Trump
I
has
don't want to
done
pivot from this.
with this economy, he has already lost thousands of manufacturing jobs. You can look just in the automotive industry. They fired over 1,000 people just last week. I was reading about it. Like, if you don't understand, manufacturing will never ever be brought back to America, Joey. And I think I thought you were smart because, like, I don't know why. Maybe because, like, I talked to so many idiots, and then you sounded smart. But the more I talk to you, the more I'm like, I don't think you have any idea what you're talking about.
Well, Felice,
When you raise tariffs, let me help you. When you raise tariffs on aluminum and steel, right? And you have to pay people a non-slave wage to build things in America. The prices to build things here are so exponential. Then you have what used to be fiat currency, but you see Trump devaluing the US dollar, but it's still too much, right? When countries like Panama want to export more, they pay people $0, they go to slave labor and they devalue their own currency to make it as cheap as possible. That will never happen in the United States.
yeah.
Never.
So there's a lot. You brought up a lot of points. So
I brought up a comprehensive explanation for why manufacturing is not mathematically coming back here. Have you seen the month over month here? I actually have a statistical analysis. I can prove it to you.
Yeah. Also, I can prove it to you too if you want. I'm literally looking at the exact data. I mean, give me 1 second.
Well, Felice is looking up facts and Joseph is looking up whatever it is he's going to annoy us with next. Y'all, let's get us up to 500K. We're almost there. I know you can do it. I appreciate y'all's yapping fingers and y'all's tapping fingers. Let's get it.
Can I get the big screen?
Yeah, hold on. Look at me learning.
Okay. So, what? Trump takes office February 2028? Or, sorry, 2018? Or, 2017.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, I'm just trying to show you the starting point.
Are you showing... Right? Oh, wait. Are you... I'm not trying to argue about his first term. I thought you were going to talk about this term. I'm looking up from January 2025 till now. But yeah, you go.
Yeah, so the first claim was that Trump lost 75,000 manufacturing jobs.
Oh, it's not a claim. That's a fact. Hold on. Let me just look up the actual Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is a fact.
And this is straight from the Fed, but this is straight from Federal Reserve.
Okay,
so.
then you will show that over time because this is a fact.
So, as you can see, instant increase in manufacturing employment. It eventually tapers off, and then we see the entire destruction of manufacturing because of COVID.
Research by economists at Harvard, University of Colorado Davis found that while Trump's 2018 steel tariffs helped increase steel employment by about 1,000 jobs, these tariffs led to a loss of approximately 75,000 manufacturing jobs due to higher input costs. If you understand anything about business, when you make steel cost more, it costs jobs, led to a loss of approximately 75,000 jobs for industries using steel. Yeah. Overall manufacturing employment during Trump's presidency from January 2017 to January 2021, the U.S. experienced a net loss of 178,000 manufacturing jobs, according to CBS News. Pre-pandemic trends. Before COVID-19, manufacturing jobs initially increased under Trump. 2017 in February. Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not disputing that with you. I'm trying to figure out what Trump's done since he is in the presidency now, which I found it.
So let me get the big screen back real quick.
Look, I'm not arguing. I already know what happened in Trump's first term. Hold on a second. Wait, where is my... I thought I had this. Economics. Sorry. Here, you can do this while I figure out what I'm looking at. I swear to God, I just did something.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
So for anyone that's interested, this is straight from the Federal Reserve, and it's gross output by industry, manufacturing. And I want to attack the point that Felice said that manufacturing can never come back. And I want to say it's coming back, and it's going to continue to come back. You can see
it's
back
not
in
what he's talking about. He's showing a pandemic where people had to be fired and rehired. Like, Joey, this is the most disingenuous shit I've ever seen in my life. Please stop. You have to know you're not proving anything. I'm not going to let people... You're not insulting people's intelligence. Okay, I found my thing now. So this is since Trump has been president, not Joey trying to piggyback off a pandemic where everyone had to stop working and make a point. Here we go. So again, this is from January 2025 when Trump came to office to July 2025, because we've completed that month, which it's a little bit sketch, but June 2025 employment, manufacturing jobs declined to 12.75 million, down by 7,000 from May 2025. Manufacturing job openings dropped to 414,000 in May 2025. July 2025 slowed down. The broader U.S. labor market added only 73,000 jobs, which we know in July, with manufacturing and construction sectors losing 13,000 jobs combined, signaling weakening demand. Average earnings. Manufacturing workers earned on average of $35.19 an hour in June 2025, which is, with production non-supervisory roles at 28.8. So I don't know if that really... Over 60% of manufacturers cited difficulty attracting, retaining workers, especially for roles requiring advanced technical skills. By 2033, 1.9 million manufacturing jobs could go unfilled due to retirement. Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, we've lost manufacturing jobs since Trump was in office. Period. Now. We're not making it cheaper to bring manufacturing back. You're trying to show some graph of the pandemic. Be like, look, everyone stopped working and then they started again. That's not...
Well, then
the luckiest thing that ever happened to Trump was the pandemic. Truly.
So... I want to attack the point that you made that manufacturing...
No, you're not attacking anything, Joey. I've talked to you for 3 hours and 22 minutes, and I feel like it might be killing me at this point. Joey, I thought you were smart, and now I'm wondering what the hell is wrong with me. Like, what are you talking about? What, Joey?
If there's more manufacturing...
Let me just be clear, output. Joey. Outside of manufacturing, you're saying... Trump is firing on all cylinders, full steam ahead. He's done nothing wrong. Is that it, Joey? Is there anything of any value that you have to say? Because I can dispute you are just like, hi, I'll just say things and then maybe people won't point out they don't make sense. Is there anything you have to say?
Yeah, I want to say
a tiny doggy on a bicycle. Thank you.
That America is open for business. I've shown that manufacturing value is increasing. We went from 5 trillion to 7 trillion. If you put me on the big screen,
we decreased in manufacturing growth. Wage growth outpacing inflation. Yeah.
So
I'm talking about this term.
I'm talking, and what I'm referencing,
aren't using the benefit of a pandemic to pretend Trump magically did something, which Trump did nothing. Everything that happened post-pandemic was, thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you for holding interest rates low. Thank you for doing all the unpopular things that helped this economy rebound. And when Trump was reelected, the Fed said, we're going to raise interest rates over and over. All Donald Trump has to do is do nothing and everything will be okay. And then he decided to manipulate the markets over and over and over to create more transfers of wealth outside of the big, beautiful bill. And at every turn, Joey, all you're saying is, yeah, can't wait to keep giving this guy Andrew Jackson. That's it. I've talked to you for 3 hours. You have not one thing to say in criticism of a man who says men shouldn't wear makeup, paints himself orange, and diddles kids. And you're like, love it. The man can't do math. He's a liar. He fired someone who could do math on Friday for just saying simple
I would actually
facts.
like to talk about that.
No, I don't want to talk to you about it, Joey. I can talk to myself about it. I know that the person in that position does not get any of the job survey numbers, 2 different survey numbers, right? Until 48 hours before they're released. There are 40 people in the same position as that person Trump fired who had no access to any data until 48 hours before and definitely didn't manipulate any of it. Period, well, Joey. Does your brain work, or are you going to do a conspiracy theory thing?
No, this is actually substantiated, and it is part of the reason.
Oh my God. Fine, Joey. This is my last thing I'm going to educate you on because I'm out of patience. You are not smart. You are truly lost in the sauce. And if you want to blow a guy who says men shouldn't wear makeup and paints himself orange every day, that is your own prerogative. Every single thing you have brought up has been incorrect. So go ahead with the jobs numbers. Because I already debunked. I swear to God, we talked about this in August. You must remember. He did this once before. He argued the opposite point in August. And I looked it up because I'm like, I know I'm not crazy. He argued the opposite point in August.
Yeah. So here's the reality of what's happening. The respondents for the job survey are responding at lower and lower rates. 65% of people that were surveyed responded. We're down to 45%. Hold on.
That's one survey. We're talking about employers, right?
Yes. The employer survey, the response rate is declining. And the more that you have essentially people not responding and even saying what their numbers are,
the numbers go against the statement you're making right now.
Do you want me to pull up the source right now that shows that employer survey response rates are dropping?
No, I agree with that. I agree that employer, just so everyone knows, there's 2 different types of surveys this goes off of. And since the pandemic, but I don't want to say since the pandemic, because I think there's a better reason now, right? Trump, like if you are going to build a business, and I mean, even corporations that have huge amounts of capital, you're seeing this, right? There is no way to create a quarter plan, let alone a 6-month plan, let alone a year plan of hiring when every 5 minutes, some psychopath who is literally manipulating the stock market to create transfers of wealth changes how expensive it is to move your goods across the ocean, right? There's no way to answer. Joey, my answer to you, because I've literally had it with your inability to do anything but S Trump's D, is there is no way to say, hey, in December, I thought I was going to hire this many people. Trump changed the rules in January. He changed the rules in March. He changed the rules in April. He changed the rules in May. I don't know which way is up. I don't know how much a container costs to get my leotards that I'm selling across the ocean, let alone if I can employ people. Does that help you, Joey, understand why people might or might not be unsure. You can't be as dumb as you're acting today. I did think you were smart, but I now get it, Joey. Your job is just to ask Trump Steve and make dumb excuses for him. These are not good excuses. Every bit of uncertainty in the U.S. job market is due to this guy manipulating the U.S. economy because he feels weird. He's like, I don't feel so good right now. I think I'm going to start manipulating the U.S. economy. And I apologize for saying you're smart, because you're not. Like, you're just some guy that's like, yeah, like, I'll just look up things and not think. Like, that's not smart, Joey. I'm sorry I did that to you guys. I don't know. I remembered him smarter. I apologize. Heather, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. Joey may not have crashed out and said slurs, but he's standing 10 toes down for a 3PDO and a grifter. He is not a good person. I know. Like, and think about how many more ways we could have attacked his math. Like, think about it. He's seriously sitting there saying, oh, it's American businesses' fault. They can't figure out how many employees they can't afford. Yeah, why do you think that is? They don't know from day to day how much it's going to cost to move inventory to the United States. Like, any uncertainty created in this market is thanks to Donald Trump. If you can't get there, then I don't think your brain works. And by the way, Jeff, I don't know if I said this, French Toast Sticks. Thank you for the $20 on Cash App. You have truly made my day. New jobs are down because people are getting slower at reporting. I know, exactly. And just to be clear, I want to get it. Actually, let me just debunk, because I'm not doing it while he's up here, but I want to show you guys something. Because this is not like, I'm not just like, oh, I did this once. Like, when I saw Trump firing that woman on Friday, I was like, oh, hell no. Like, I have already been here with this piece of like, he did this already. He did this in August, and I was like, damn, it's almost like I already lived this once, and now here we are. Well, Trump pretends he didn't already. Isn't that the story of Trump's life? Is like, oh, I didn't already do this one time before. This is the Washington Post from August 21st, 2024. And today, Trump and his allies are being dishonest about jobs data. Yes, in case anyone is ever wondering if Trump's lie is the first time he did the same lie, it is never the first time. This was the first time he made up this lie on August 21st, 2024. Oh, she's going to sue. The only problem, of course, this woman's going to sue. By the way, just know, the woman in her position he fired, there's 40 people in the same position. They don't see any of this survey data up until 48 hours before. None of those people can manipulate any of that data. But just know, it's our tax dollars. Every time Trump feels insecure because he's garbage at his job and he tries to blame someone else, we will pay out her wrongful termination suit. That's, waste, fraud, and abuse. Let's not point out that, like, that's all Trump has cost us. In a massive scandal, again, this is August 21st, Trump administration was caught fraudulently manipulating job statistics data in August 2019 to hide the true extent of economic ruin it had inflicted upon America. Because this is what Trump accused Biden of in August. Data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics released at that point showed that the administration padded the numbers with an extra 501,000 jobs that do not exist and never, ever did. That, at least, is how Donald Trump would describe scheduled revision of employment numbers released during his presidency, were he being consistent with how he characterized a similar revision published on Wednesday, again, August 21st, 2024. The reality is there was no scandal under Trump, and now none under President Joe Biden, just a data-centered government agency doing its best to accurately represent the state of the GD economy. And people, those of us who can do math and can read, know that, because I already had to. God, what month is it? I guess it's August again. So I guess this is a year ago. It seems like when I heard this on Friday, I was like, oh, he's arguing the opposite point. Like, what the? So just to be clear, on August 21st, 2024, almost a year ago to him making up this new lie, he said that Joe Biden, which, by the way, the lie, he's still telling more lies. He's saying that this was adjusted like before the election. No, it was a regular job adjustment. And what they're saying is the next largest adjustment that ever occurred from the August 2024 one was Trump. It had to do with Donald Trump. So whatever he's saying Joe Biden did, he did also, which is nothing, because these are surveys. And when pandemics come up, and some crazy person who's manipulating the economy up and down and up and down, and no one knows what tariffs are, no one knows what taxes are, no one knows what is going to happen from one day to the next, it's hard to say, I'm going to hire this many people and stick to it. We're not curing cancer here, people, because Trump defunded all that. So we never be confused about if we're curing cancer. This is now just about a bunch of idiots who can't figure out anything. Like, I already did this a year ago. Oh, you're still here. Sorry, I can't see you. I'm so
No, you're fine. Here. Like, they also have no idea about the employees, because are they going to deport them or no? Are they going to be in alligator Auschwitz or no?
No one knows.
They don't know anything.
Nobody knows. Exactly. Nobody knows. But nobody can figure out. Like, Joey's gotten more. Like, Joey, you're getting dumber. Or maybe I'm getting more brilliant, but I'm so disappointed in myself for ever saying Joey was smart. Joey is just like, hi, I am S-ing an orange man's D who excuses child S trafficking. Like, oh, let me show you, as long as we're not, this is not going to be perverted, I promise. But wait, let me show you. I want to show this because it kind of touched on, like, Joey is making this argument that somehow, like, I don't know, like, the poor are making more or getting more. And I was, sorry, I'm just finding my presentation again. And Robert Reich made this amazing video about, remember when Trump was supposed to lower the price of things? Like, it's every single thing in America costs us, the poor, more. There's never been any sort of, like, reprieve of how much shit is costing, or if any, we're paying more for everything, for healthcare, for goods, for services. Everything is more expensive.
But Felice, Joseph said that it doesn't matter that things are 1,000% more expensive because people are making 10% higher in wages.
I hated him. God, I know, hated. I literally almost died. I'm so glad you're here, so that I don't have to gaslight myself that was crazy.
Trump seems to have given up on trying to make groceries cheaper. But wasn't that?
I would remember Joey being like, oh, like, Donald Trump on foreign policy. This guy has done not a GD thing, right? Not one mother thing he said he was going to do has this loser done. Nothing. And certainly not making a goddamn thing cheaper. That's why everyone voted for him, because women have tiny brains, especially brown women. What was that guy on last Saturday when I was debating? He's like, Donald Trump's a horrible man, but like, Kamala Harris's brain doesn't work. So I just did the right thing and I voted for Trump. I get
What the entire election was supposedly about?
I won on two things, the border, and I won on groceries. It's a very simple word, groceries.
Well, now he admits he won't be lowering grocery prices after all. He told Time magazine, quote, "I'd like to bring them down. It's hard to bring things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard." Yes, it will be hard because of Trump's economic plans. What are they exactly? Well, first, Trump plans to slash the top corporate tax rate to just 15%, which would result in the 5 largest grocery stores getting a collective $1.7 billion tax cut. But do you think they will pass those savings on to you? Think again. The year after Trump cut the corporate tax rate in his first term, the largest corporations spent a then record $806 billion on stock buybacks, juicing their own share.
not on lowering prices for Americans or on giving their workers higher wages. Joey, are you listening to this? I'm absolutely shocked that rich people would give themselves the money back instead of helping the poor afford things or make more money.
Prices and lining the pockets of their executives and shareholders. Walmart, the nation's largest grocer, has spent $43 billion on buybacks since 2018. If Trump is rewarding grocery stores and food distributors with more tax cuts, why wouldn't they just line their pockets again? Second, grocery prices will skyrocket thanks to Trump's proposed 25% tariffs on imports from Mexico and Canada. That's because our neighbors to the north and south are two of our biggest agricultural trading partners, accounting for $84 billion worth of food and beverage imports in 2023. And despite what Trump says, tariffs are not paid by other countries, they're paid by us at the checkout line.
And you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow.
Third, Trump's appointee to head the Federal Trade Commission, Andrew Ferguson, has vowed to end the agency's war on mergers. This will lead to less competition in a food industry that's already dominated by just a few corporations. Research shows that markets with fewer competitors have higher prices, which means you'll be paying even more for groceries. That's why the Biden administration sued to block the merger between mega grocers Kroger and Albertsons. They won that battle, but big food corporations are licking their chops to gobble up the competition when the Trump administration gives them the green light. Fourth, Trump's cruelest promise of all is deporting millions of immigrants whose hard work is crucial to our food supply.
On day one, I will launch the largest deportation program in American history.
Around 1.7 million undocumented people work across the food supply chain in America. Farms, dairies, ranches, and food processors all rely on undocumented workers. Experts agree that mass deportations will result in labor shortages, to say nothing of the hardships imposed on many people in our communities. And what would those labor shortages mean for consumers? Higher prices. Let's be clear, Trump never had any plan to bring down grocery prices and help working families because he doesn't care about you. He cares about his corporate donors and billionaire buddies. He's focused on making his rich friends even richer and your life even harder.
Let's protect Robert Reich with our life. He is a goddamn national treasure. Every time he speaks, it's just like, for every dumb thing MAGA says, it's like, God, if only I don't even need to debate. I could just play Robert Reich, but like debunking every dumb thing. Like someone says, this man is a goddamn national treasure. And I was going to say tomorrow, like I don't know what is going, I just forgot. It's Monday. I'm so glad I did this live because I was like, so much has happened. I don't even want to get into it. I have a lot going on with my family and my dad's health, but I did this and I feel better. And I'll probably do more. If Matt can't go live tomorrow, then I think I'll do my own live because I have so many more things to talk about, like about the jobs numbers and different like analyses of that, because there's really no defense for anything Trump's done. And I would like to hammer it home, but my dad is home now and I do need to go and make him dinner because I am just a good little Mexican girl who does all the good things. Joanna, if you could hang out up here with me in the future, let's do that. Maybe we can. I don't like being alone.
Sure thing.
I know. I miss you. I miss you so much. Sorry I've been such a weirdo lately. I won't, I promise. I'll become more communicative. This has been a thing with me. I've like shut down and crawled into my own, like I just sometimes when I get stressed, I stop communicating. But anyway, so I will text Matt. I'll figure out if Matt is, does anyone sometimes people in the chat know more than me. Is Matt in DC? Hey, are you going to be around for our live tomorrow?
Yeah, no, like it's fine. My mom's birthday is today, so we had a birthday dinner for her yesterday, and I planned it, so I started inviting people a couple of weeks ago, and they were like, "Oh, we didn't know if you were alive or not. No one has heard from you in months." I'm like, "Yeah."
I'm better. Like sometimes when I get really, when I read the news, I need to be alone. I need to curl up within myself. Like from what Thursday on the news, I was just like, is this like, oh wait, hold on. I need to show you guys something. I mean, it's not going to be good. This is not going to be good for anyone's mental health, but I do just want to say, like, are we aware that Ghislaine Maxwell is just hanging out in a GD prison with like the Real Housewives? Like, it's sad. I don't want to get into why I know exactly where this prison is or how nice it is, but it's because of let's thank me for watching reality TV. Ghislaine Maxwell is like in a place you can basically walk out of. Like, we're talking about a child trafficker who is being held in a prison that has no walls, basically. Like, you can take cooking classes.
Is that where Teresa was?
Yes, and actually, I don't know if it's where Teresa's, but what's that one's name? Jen Shaw. Like, she's there right now, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, maybe it is the same one Teresa's in. Yeah. Like, it's like Jen Shaw was there. Like, we are not okay, people. Like, we have a creepy Creeperton in a place where you can just walk out basically anytime you want. Okay, I found it. I think this is the clip I wanted to play. I think I have more than one.
But this comes as, according to the Bureau of Prisons regulations, inmates who are designated as sex offenders, as Ghislaine Maxwell is, usually aren't eligible for the kind of upgrade that she just got. Yes, it is prison, but there is a difference here, and you can see when it comes to what these prisons are like and what the facilities are, and also what the restrictions are like. Ghislaine Maxwell now has more freedom of movement, limited security fencing, and is now being housed with non-violent inmates. Her new dorm mates, for example, include the famed Notorious founder Elizabeth Holmes and also the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shaw. Each of them are serving time for fraud at the new facility where you're going to see Maxwell now fulfilling her sentence. And it's a move that blindsided the family of Virginia Roberts Giuffre, whom the president says Jeffrey Epstein, quote, stole from Mar-a-Lago when she was working there as a spa attendant as a teenage girl back in the year 2000, when she was first approached by Ghislaine Maxwell. But this comes
physically ill too, because I don't even think I have it in me today. And by the way, Matt did just text me back. So we are on for tomorrow's live, USMC Angry Veteran, Matt and I. So 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. And maybe I'll force him to listen to this. Cause like on Newsmax, I had to swap. I literally was about to like be physically ill before I said it. I played some clips a week ago of Greg Kelly on Newsmax starting to do the like whole maybe Ghislaine Maxwell's innocent thing. And like every bit of that, he's done times 1,000. Like Newsmax's position, even though every victim on record has said that not only did Ghislaine Maxwell groom them and deliver them to be raped and assaulted, but that she participated in it. And it's not just Giuffre that said this. It's many, many other victims in court documents that said this same thing. And Greg Kelly on Newsmax is like, yeah, she's probably innocent. Like, it is physically vomit inducing. And the only people that would do it are the people on Newsmax. You know what I mean? Like, and oh my God, I'm trying to remember who I heard say this. Oh, it was Trump. I'm sorry. I was like, who did I hear say this? Think about this. Yesterday, Trump gave, he's just chatting shit as he always is. And he's like, the Daily, wait, am I saying this wrong? Wait, the New York Post, he's like, gets things right 100% of the time. But the Wall Street Journal gets things wrong 100% of the time. Meaning both these places and Fox News, all owned by Rupert Murdoch. The New York Post, I'm quoting Rupert Murdoch, is a gossip rag that would interest Upper East Side white people at the kitchen table on Sunday. Like, admittedly, that is the brand of the New York Post. Trump is mad at the Wall Street Journal, also owned by Rupert Murdoch, for reporting accurately on his lies and shitbaggery. Like, this is where we are now at, people. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk to Joey for 3 hours, but tomorrow, so again, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time, we'll be live with Matt, and then I'll ask him how he feels about all this stuff, because it is gross AF. Exactly. Listen to the survivors. Or not. Let's just listen to Donald Trump, one of the people that victimized all the people. Yeah, that makes sense. Let's just let creepy guy who says men shouldn't wear makeup but won't stop putting on makeup, and also says that he's never, he's been found liable of SA and has 29 or 30 something credible accusers of SA. Many people who participated in teen pageants saying that he walked in on them and wouldn't stop staring at them. I mean, however many people who are children say that they were SA'd by him alongside Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, let's not listen to the myriad of lies by him. Let's listen to creepy men shouldn't wear makeup, orange grandpa. That, right? Is that what we should be doing that? Okay. Just making sure. Any last words, Joanna? Sorry. If you want to say anything sarcastic or bang your head against the wall, now's the time.
I mean, that's what I was doing the whole time we were talking to Joseph. So, yeah, my head's pretty banged out.
I know that went on too long. I'm sorry. That is my problem. I need to know when to cut it off. Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just texting now. Okay, cool. See you. We will all see you tomorrow. Okay. Yay. Okay, so I'll see you guys tomorrow with Matt, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Love you all. Thank you for putting up with my brain that doesn't work so good. Love you, Joanna. Later, Gators.